and welcome to Coffee and a Conversation with Capital News. I'm joined here today with Anna Warwick Sears, PhD, and she's running to be MLA of Kelowna-Lake Country-Coldstream riding. So Anna, before we start today, I do have a serious question for you. How do you take your coffee?
I'll just have a little bit of cream in it. Thank you.
Perfect. So what is it with your background, like very diverse, I think unique for a lot of people, especially in politics. What is it that motivated you this year to run for MLA?
I just feel like we need really good representation. I have a lot of experience. I've done a lot of work advocating for Okanagan issues to Victoria. And I thought, you know, we have to have better representation, and I can advocate for the Okanagan from within government, and that will help out the communities. So that was really the motivation, is just using the same skill set, the same relationships, the same passion for the community, and taking it to a different level.
And when you talk about advocacy, your riding, Kelowna-Lake Country-Coldstream, is a large riding, and it has very diverse needs across that area. What sort of issues are you going to be advocating for solutions for?
Well, of course, as you say, there are three different main communities. There's also the small community of UBC Okanagan, and there's some rural areas in there with a lot of agriculture. A lot of the issues that we have across the riding are similar issues to people have throughout BC, like affordability, the need for affordable daycares, healthcare, concerns about the opioid crisis. But yeah, Rutland is more urban, so it has some more urban issues, concerns about public safety and the need to build more apartments and homes and have the infrastructure to support those buildings. Lake Country, one of the big issues is the highway running straight through it, and so that's a safety issue. It's extremely expensive to try to find ways over or under the highway. It's something that you have to be working with the Ministry of Transportation. It's complicated. Lake Country also has
I apologize.
Lake Country also has a lot of agriculture.
Yeah.
So all the issues that are particular to fruit growers, like they've been experiencing a lot of extreme weather. They've had crop failures. They've had the failure of BC tree fruits. So even though there was a good apple crop, they had trouble storing it, finding places to store it and sell it. And then, yeah, Lake Country's a community that's growing, just like Rutland. And like Rutland, they have need for more schools and better daycare and supports for young families. And Coldstream is a really beautiful, quiet community. I have talked to a lot of people in Coldstream who love it just as it is, but as they age, they want more housing options. So how do you downsize from your larger house and find a nice apartment in the place where you call home in that community? And how do you open up space for your kids or your grandkids to move in? So one of the big tricks for Coldstream is finding ways to gently increase the density while maintaining the character and that quality of life that people care about. But I think one of my big messages that I want to share with you is that we all really basically want the same kind of things. You know, it doesn't matter what political persuasion you're at. You wake up in the morning, you want to hug your kids, you want to drive them to school, you want to have clean air, clean water, you want to keep the Okanagan beautiful, you don't want to have your house burned down by a wildfire. Like, we all want the same thing. And so the challenge is, how do you help diverse communities all have the same benefits?
So using your background in environmental research and population biology, how are you going to use that expertise to balance the needs of growth and sustainability within a community?
Yeah, well, a lot of it comes down to infrastructure,
Right.
really. At the Water Board, we've been working with water utilities and with municipalities, helping them to fund upgrades to their systems, their water systems. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to expand water supplies, not just so that there's water for the growing communities, but also water for fish and water for agriculture. And then wastewater treatment is not very glamorous, but you cannot build without it. And then it's very expensive, and you have to make sure it's in place before you densify. And then the other big part of my work has been really dealing with the impacts of extreme weather. Mm-hmm. Real concern about the potential on this part of the valley, the potential for wildfire. Mm-hmm. So we saw the giant fires in West Kelowna last year. Everyone was freaked out. I was freaked out. And that the Aberdeen Plateau and the slope that comes down from it, right down over Rutland, Lake Country, and Coldstream, there's a lot of very flammable forests there, and that is also where our water supplies come from. So we really need to work on forest management, mm-hmm. Fuel load reduction, different ways to protect the infrastructure that we all have up on the mountain that many people, they turn on the tap, they don't realize how that water gets to them. And then, ongoing issues with making sure that the quality of the lake water is maintained, because the lakes are why most of us live here. We love the lakes. The lakes are available for everyone to play in. It's the heart of the valley.
So speaking of how beautiful the Okanagan is and the lakes that we have to offer, what is your favorite thing to do in the fall, within your riding from Kelowna to Lake Country to Coldstream?
I love riding bicycles. I'm not like a super athletic road biker. I'm not a mountain biker, but I love to take advantage of the trails that are around. I love Myra Canyon. I love the expansion that the city of Kelowna is doing with the rail trail connections through Rutland, getting all the way up to the airport at this end. I love the trail coming down from Coldstream all the way past Kelowna-Lake and around Wood Lake. Can't wait until they hook up that one remaining section. I think that's it's going to take some work with the federal government. I'm not clear on that. They keep saying they're going to finish it, and then it hasn't happened. But that's my absolute favorite fall activity, is to just appreciate the air, the clean smell of the wind, the water, seeing all the animals out.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Gentle changing of the color of the leaves.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you so much for coming on today to chat with me. I really appreciate it. It was lovely.
It was really a pleasure, Jacqueline. Thank you very much.
Thank you.